Welcome back to another exciting episode of Wired for Sound. It is going to be awesome. I hope you're sitting down for this one.
Sit down.
Listen to the man. He said sit down. We're down at Comics Plus Music Exchange, home of 10,000 albums strong. They have all kinds of other stuff here as well, like comics and action figures. Well, that looks a lot like you, Jason.
Maybe.
I had no idea he had an action figure of himself. Coming up on the show, we're going to be interviewing Gary Gummison, the owner of the store. But first, check out this interview with the Birthday Boys.
Maybe it was out of your hands. Maybe it just runs in your blood. The bottom line is one you've yet to cross.
We're all from Peterborough. I grew up in a musical family. I think we all did. And then we've just kind of met each other through playing in bands in Peterborough, and all of our bands fell apart, so we started this one.
Yeah, we were all sort of sitting around as friends and thought, you know, these are the guys we want to be on the road with. Why don't we just make a band and see what happens? So we kind of just did that and started writing together, and then this sort of evolved over the couple of years into what it is now.
Safe for knowledge there was no one around. The fire of hell in my eyes, I scream scripture in your ear.
I mean, we all have our individual inspirations, but I think for this band, a big one would be Nick Cave. From the start, Nick Cave, PJ Harvey, and that was sort of, from the beginning, kind of the admiration for how off the beaten path they would go, or not even, you know, they wouldn't even really try to write something for a certain genre of music. They would just do art and create, and I think that was a huge inspiration for us all coming together and starting the band.
We have one full-length album that came out a couple years ago, and we've just released an EP, 6-song EP, so you can get that at the shows. You can get it online as well. It's called Tin Head.
Vinyl.
And we also have a vinyl, 7-inch vinyl single for the first single called Daughter's Man.
Back when you were a cell, you started evolution. You thrown a rock at a carpet, every major revolution. There's a fire in you that can't be missed. Smell the
I mean, I think we all have different versions of the video. The video is fun. It's fun to do. Graham wrote it, and it came from a really specific personal place. So for me, it kind of, you know, not having the same background or reason in that song, it was just kind of, when you're playing music and you're on the road all the time, you're dressing up, you're painting your face, you're becoming that sort of plastic whore sometimes, and I think that you have to be pretty comfortable doing it or not doing it, whatever you choose. But I think in that video, you know, it was, you know, my take was that Graham was talking to his girlfriend's father and saying, I am your daughter's man. You know, I do this, I go out there, but I'm a man. I'm the man. What's your take, Graham?
I prefer to let you answer this question.
See, I didn't write the song, so cancel all of that.
Here's
that is
the
bullshit.
from my perspective,
Did you write the song?
I wrote the song, and the song was very personal. And so instead of trying to make a video that would, like, you know, go along with the words of the song, we just thought, I am your daughter's man. It's kind of cheeky to get dressed up like a girl. That's all I thought. I thought, you know, I'm not going to bother trying to match the intensity of the song with the video. So.
I thought you had way more in you than that.
No, man, it was pretty superficial. I've just always wanted to try mascara. It was...
Coming soon to Shaw TV, Urban Star.
We're looking for rappers, R&B singers, and reggae artists all across the country. We want to find out if you got what it takes to be the next urban star.
You can win a record deal, world distribution, and much more. Urban Star 2011 is coming to Shaw TV to a city near you. Register now, urbanstarcontest.com.
Jason, what happened? You're so big and hairy with rubber hairs.
You're small and puny, and I've got the chain. Ha
Oh, but I've got a gun. Pew, 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 pew. Take that. Going down. Going down.
So violent.
I know, it's my nature. Can't help it. Up next, we have Flowerchild coming to you, and they're a great band. The drummer is from Ireland, and a couple of the other guys are from Toronto. It's kind of a nice mishmash, a great sound.
I'm going to go eat a turnbuckle.
You're going to go? Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? He's going. We're shooting a show. I don't get that guy. Anyway, check out Flowerchild.
We're a Toronto-based band, and it's a project that started in Toronto, and it kind of found its way traveling to Ireland and Australia because we did this record with our producer, Jeff Martin, who had resided in each of those countries. And then along the way, we picked up, for example, our drummer, Wally, is actually from... there he is. Wally's from County Cork, Ireland, from a beautiful little town named Skull, and we met him over there. Jeff had asked him to come and record on the record with us, and then we invited him over to Canada, and Wally has ended up being our MVP of the tour, actually.
Essentially, like, it was the strangest thing because Jeff Martin Tea Party just never existed. None of the stuff was really released in Ireland. Even none of my friends who were really into, like, you know, US rock scene had ever heard of it. So yeah, it was a very, very unusual thing to bump into someone like Jeff just literally at a street market in a small town nearby where I live, where I was working. And yeah, just happened to bump into him, and it's a small musical circle, so we became friendly. And when I kind of figured out that he's actually, you know, someone to be reckoned with in the industry over here, I kind of made him a business to hang out a little bit more. And then, you know, Greg comes over to do the record. I was lucky enough to get the call to come in and do some drumming. Also fortunate enough that Greg and me, you know, connected, had a good time. We all think along the same lines regarding music. Everyone's very big classic rock fans on this bus, that's for sure. So yeah, basically everyone's very like-minded in that respect, and yeah, it's just been a very easy union, including like meeting the guys in Toronto. Like Mike, you met Mike at a show in Toronto, right?
Yeah, Mike. You know, Mike's been playing around town in Toronto a lot, and I'd seen Mike on a lot of gigs, and I thought he was just an amazing guitarist, and then the opportunity.
I actually I ran into these guys at a party. I was playing a gig downstairs, and I went upstairs to this party, and happened to see them.
Show party.
I happened to see them, and they were talking about how they needed a bass player, and I kind of got in the habit of carrying my CD with me all the time. So I was like, well, check this out, and if you like it, give me a call. And he called me the next day.
No, I called you from the car. I was driving. I pulled over at Queen and John because I had to get something at the variety store, and I called him. He's got a great voice, a great singer-songwriter. It's like, this is excellent stuff. So, you know, you slowly find your way. You know, we're playing a lot. We're doing about 19 or 20 dates across Canada, opening for Jeff, and we just shot a video in Havana with a really great director, and for our first single, Time Won't Wait.
Now, Flowerchild, they're a fairly new band, and their album was produced by Jeff Martin, and Jeff Martin 777 and them all toured together on that bus, and it was quite cozy. Up next, Ontario native Jason Mcoy has had quite a successful career as a country music singer, and he also formed the Roadhammers as well, who are on a bit of a hiatus right now. But up next, here is Jason Mcoy at the Outpost. All right, thanks for watching Wired for Sound. I'm your host, Sarah MacArthur, and I have a very special guest with us here today, our good friend Jason Mcoy. He is touring his latest album, Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Perfect. Encompasses everything.
Well, I kind of put everything on the album, so you'd think it would be like 800 songs, but no, it's my first studio album in I guess 6 years or so. With the Roadhammers, you know, I took a break from being a solo artist, and the Roadhammers was supposed to be just one record to have a little fun and a tribute record to truckers, and then it just exploded and took off. But and then the Roadhammers were on a little hiatus. Everybody asks if we broke up.
Okay.
We haven't broke up.
Haven't broken up. Okay.
But we thought we'd take a little break because everybody's doing different things right now, and so while everybody else was doing different records and producing things, I decided to do a solo record. And the first single off the album is called She's Good For Me, and we have another single off the album called Everything, and that's where we got the title.
Perfect. So She's Good To Me. Would that be your wife?
Yes. Yeah, actually, when I wrote it about the time my little girl was born. She's 4.5, and little Grace, and I was thinking of all the things I've done in my life which are self-inflicted and not good for me. I was just thinking how blessed I was at that time to have these girls that were good for me, and that's when I wrote the song with Derek Rutan, another Canadian, so I'm a big fan of his. Well, my daughter's 4 and my son is 2, so when we were touring all over the place with the Hammers, my daughter was just, you know, born up to age 3 really, and so things were a little different. I was away from home a lot. I really have made an effort to say, you know what, now I want to be a dad, and so when I tour, it's going to be different time blocks, but I'm never away from home for more than 2.5 weeks. Yeah, and I don't tour that much. So for me, when I do a tour, we've got a whole new different philosophy of touring and what this show is all about, and it reflects where I'm at personally.
So you're an Ontario boy, born and raised. You moved to Camrose when you were young.
Yeah.
Is that where you make your home now? Or?
No, I actually still live in Southern Ontario. I live in Barrie, and we also have a place in Nashville, so we're back and forth. And I talk a bit about that in the show. I was asked to do an acoustic tour, just myself and a guitar, but as you can see behind you with the video screen, we've brought this big video production where we do a